lemon. You try to study the moves and yet it's mind-bending. We're here to give you a clinic and charge you by the minute. And everything you put in it will come back and finish. Put this joint on the table, then you fucking spin it. When you smelling the smoke, you know who fucking lit it. It's just a part of the game, but you ain't got any. You never knew what I had it, and yet I got plenty. What you sipping on, less than sipping Henny. I'm taking his keys, he had too many.
Yeah, we here. Now they turning up, smoking all kind of stuff. We can't burn nothing. It's too lit. I'm talking about the weed. We got more good bud than you could ever need. I'm fucking up. It's not a bad thing, player. See that bitch right there? I'm about to fuck her upstairs. It's a party. As soon as we walked in, my new best friend is your ex-girlfriend, and your next one too. She was in our crew before she met you. She telling the truth. She said Too Short. That's my homie. Did she tell you all night she used to shake that monkey at my house after the after party? Her phone keeps ringing. Where's my shorty? She ain't answering. She's having too much fun. You come to my house and baby, you gon' come. Yeah.
This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. Party, party. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do.
That's right.
This is what we came to do. Party, party.
Hey yo, from NY to Calabasas, groupies be chasing us, grabbing asses. Backstage with the axis passes. All they really want is some satisfaction. They wanna hang with Too Short, they idle. Now they boyfriends is acting suicidal. Don't worry, we just wanna bend the back. Have a little fun and send her back. Pop a few bottles, celebrate the LP. She like working out and eating healthy. Her whole crew like the
Paging Dr. Greenthumb, now come light up.
When I pulled up to the party with 2 kegs, I seen her dancing, opening up her 2 legs, looking like she needed a good pipe. She got hammered and passed out, didn't even say goodnight.
This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. Party, party, party. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do. This is what we came to do.
Attention, Insane Asylum. Ready to score some epic Dr. Greenthumb show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But in bold, hit us with the $100 super chat, and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now, and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
Is on the other side of hard. You want it easy, leasy, tell them they can pray to God. And even God would think, goddamn, that's kinda odd. What kind of facade are you running? Another fucking fraud. You ain't put the work and you just wanna clutch your bag. If you try to touch my bag, then I gotta clutch the mag. Barrel stays smoking like a chain smoking stoner. Promo coming at you while the homie smoke a Kona. Want a job at Greenthumbs, come see me, I'm the owner. But I might be on the phone, so just wait, you're trying to take a number. Don't be coming with your hand out, that shit never panned out. You're looking at the standout that planned out. In the meantime, he don't roll the brand out. They don't understand we taking over, it's a damn route. We ain't fucking with no boot pack, lame ducks. When you think about it, no one is the same as us. Work in, work, put that 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 work in, work.
Millas and Dallas, gorillas, real straight to Zilla. Every day's a hustle, got the grind with my winners. Sicker, heavy hitters, not like Pittsburgh Steelers. Present to work late night, son, and my niggas unfamiliar hit the corner block. Yo, reconsider, deliver bigger quantities way back. Remember? Blood spills in the winter night, beef frills the wizard. Psycho less the ripper. Come on, son, illa. Dismember sick, better turn me to a grave digger. Stripper, ruby slippers, flipper, unzip my zipper. She's giving up the pee, caught me pulling on the whiskers. Thicker, bigger stacks of cash, secret people whisper. Counting so much cash that my fingers got blisters. Transmitter, splitter, counterfeiter, glitter. Discipline your mind, spoke that neurotransmitter. Work hard, get your money, blaze that fire, apple fritter.
Put that work in. Work. Put that work in. Work. Put that work in. Work.
Attention, insane
Put that
asylum.
work
Ready
in.
for some epic Dr. Greenthumb show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat, and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now, and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
I'm a hit maker. All I do is get paper. Beast my co-signer. You can see the vapor coming out the low rider. Pull up to the spot, higher than the roof deck. I'ma be a legend, with or without a blue check. I used to shoot text from Queens to Hoboken.
An extra layer of tobacco
just be
leaf.
smoking, talking shit
Hits
like
better
Joe Rogan.
thanks to those
Let's
2
work.
layers of leaf being all natural. Does it get any better? To be blunt, yes it does. Al Capone wraps are also roll with a self-stick strip. Oh, and did we mention? Our premium wraps come in 3 great flavors: original, cognac, and rum. If you want a great smoke, you need a great natural leaf wrap. Slow burn hits better.
Attention, insane asylum. Ready to score some epic Dr. Greenthumb show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat, and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now, and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
No wannabes ever become a boss. Brighten up, tighten up. They're writing me checks from the pounds. They lighten up. Designing cuts like a 3-piece fitted on your frame. Put me in the Hall of Fame. Cuts game, recognized game.
Rappers and DJs alike. We do what we gotta to survive. 2 turntables in the mic.
Jump to this, pump your fist. I wanna see if I can keep up with this. Rep your set like a disco vet. When do I drop this in a discotheque? Check the time on my gold Rolex as I scroll down the Rolodex. Don't ever disrespect the logo press, or we shoot holes through the polo vest. BVC, psycho blast. Bang it from the east coast to the west. Inhale, straight to the chest. Exhale, the pain and the stress. B strains is the best. We blaze in the west. Too local.
You see this once in a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. Then it's gone for a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. You see this once in a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. Then it's gone for a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. So let me get on the topic. Look at the object. You want the profit, you need the logic. Go no further. This is ironic. All your life, all you wanted was a little slice of the pie, but you never got it. No one ever listened for a second when you stood up. No one ever thought to give you credit. Got it. Forget it. Don't let it define you. Put it behind you. I don't need to remind you. What you're looking for, it might find you. Somebody told me you the got a feature in it, but I put it on, gotta never give up. Made it for you bitches, you can eat a dick now. You scroll, get the nuts, better save up. You see this once in a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. Then it's gone for a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. You see this once in a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. Then it's gone for a lifetime, only once in a lifetime.
I got cats in the closet, red laser target. If cats wanna start shit, get off the deal snake. Yes, I'm in the building. I got no time to chop it. Don't wanna hear your rap, don't wanna hear your track, so keep your thumb in your pocket. When I'm on the set mixing, don't stop requesting if I could play the garbage. When I go in the milk crate and throw on a ill break, don't ask me to play Drake. Go play an arcade game, or better yet, fuck off, have a great day. Don't let your homies get you gassed up like a gas pump tank. Get your ass jump banged up. Now you strut like a duck from your neck down, cast up. Can't stand up, that sucks.
Once in a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. Then it's gone for a lifetime, only once in a lifetime. You see this once in a lifetime.
Ready to score some epic Dr. Greenthumb show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
You ain't got no love, we see it on the surface. What's wrong? Seeing me making moves makes you nervous. What a damn shame. Took it to the heart and the brain and let the game change everything you're feeling disdain. And whatever remained between the brothers shattering vain. Shit'll never be the same, it sounds insane.
To an
It's
extra
real
layer of
psycho.
tobacco
It might go bad, but it's
hits
like,
better
yo, it's
thanks
time
to those
trim the
2
fat
layers
like
of
a
leaf
chick
being
doing
all
lipo.
natural.
They say they down with you,
Does it
but
get
it's
any
part of
better?
the cycle.
To be blunt,
Homies come and go, we
yes, it
keep them
does.
moving like so.
Al
Don't know
Capone
what
wraps
your
are also
problem, but
easy
I
to
feel
roll
it.
with a self-stick strip. Oh, and did we mention? Our premium wraps come in 3 great flavors: original, cognac, and rum. If you want a great smoke, you need a great natural leaf wrap. Slow burn hits better.
For all of y'all that got a problem, just go wait in line there, so you can suck my dick one at a time. And I could give a fuck less. What's next?
Attention Insane Asylum. Ready to score some epic Dr. Greenthumb show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
Drop another slap, but then I take your bitches dancing. Got 'em on the floor, watch 'em drop it, get nasty. Home run hitter, ain't nothing getting past me. You a fucking patsy, call it like I see it. You can ask around and everybody's in agreement. You bitch ass. Young bucks telling me I'm old school. Put a G on it, homie, this is fucking gold school. Before the Pro Tools, Logic and the others. Yo, you couldn't touch us, there was no one else above us.
Motherfuckers.
Getting bags in every city like a damn king. What you gonna do about it? Nothing, not a damn thing. Can I lie the fat one? It would be historical. You don't have to answer that. The question was rhetorical. Shut up.
This is foolishness. This is foolishness.
When I have that, when I go on a rampage, this that shit you crack a beer to in your man cave. All the fans can't wait for the exact date. The beat is original, psycho less handmade. I walk
Attention
in the
Insane
spot.
Asylum. Ready to score some epic Dr. Greenthumb show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat You'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
You know we laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, we laughing all the way to the bank. They say we laughing all the way to the bank. You know we laughing all the way to the bank.
Slap you in the face with the flavor. Snap like a Slim Jim neighbors. Pile of shit haters. Wake up and catch the vapors. Taking care of beers on the marquee. Rocking for the ages. Rocking them sawed off gauges and acting outrageous. Be careful, the vibe is contagious. Your mind races. Your thoughts never connect. Cause the vibe got you snapping that neck. Now reflect, see the man in the mirror. I can't say it any clearer. He be wildin' out. He be styling out. He be on the culture, yeah. He be vibing out. Riding on the wall, yeah, you know what he about. He on that real shit, flipping the mic, ready to kill shit. Let him in the building, the killing, the curse, feeling me, spilling his words, killing his spitting his words, venom, a lyrical burst in him. Imagine like John Lennon.
You know we laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, we laughing all the way to the bank. They say we laughing all the way to the bank.
Hey yo, even if it's sunny or gray, I make money all day, then count it up in the money machine. Laughing all the way to the bank, blazing the dank, then escape to the ranch, make a salad with craft. Friends dressing, blessing, DJs with a test pressing, bang it on the air while I'm bench pressing. It's less stressing, pumping dumbbells than gun shells. OG style, crack your head like a nutshell. You get done well, cycle less back from hell, and even from a distance you get hit with the funk smell, baby. No time for hanging out. I put in this work, now I'm cashing out. Champagne with my campaign, smoking insane till I'm stone crazy.
Attention, Insane Asylum. Ready to score some epic Dr. Greenthumb show prizes? Every super chat enters you into a giveaway for a free gift. And the more you give, the bigger the rewards. Check this out. Send a $20 super chat, and we'll hook you up with the sticker pack or pins. Drop a $50 super chat, and you'll snag a t-shirt or a hat so you can rep BREALTV in style. But if you're feeling bold, hit us with the $100 super chat, and we'll send you a mystery box loaded with over $200 worth of awesome surprises. Don't miss your chance to win. Send your super chat now and let's get this party fucking started. Let's go.
Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
at a red cup.
Oh, yeah. It is the Dr. Greenthumb Show live on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, X, and the home site, www.BREALTV. What it do? It's a special day. Got to tell you what. It's a very special day. We've been waiting for this day for a long goddamn time, man. But I'm going to do this because, you know, right. I'm going to do this. DJ C- in the house.
What up, everyone? Happy Thursday.
A.K.A. The Good Light. We got the legendary Psycho Leezy in the building.
No doubt. Salute. Cheers, everybody.
We got the Treehouse crew, Bolton Blambo, Bra Bra, and the Dominator.
Yo, what up?
We got Mr. Milligrams, E-Zone in the building. And we got the legendary West Coast Don Ice Cube up in here.
Yay.
Oh, my God.
What's happening? How y'all feeling?
Oh, man, it's good to have you up in here. I want to start by saying thank you on many different levels, right? One, for being here, because we've been talking about it for a minute.
Yeah.
For the various shows we've been doing throughout the last few years. And the other thank you is for inviting me on this banging-ass album right here.
Man, I appreciate you getting on it.
On that song, which was a unification song that a lot of motherfuckers are geeked out by right now.
Yeah, you know, it's I got some West Coast legends on the record.
You sure did.
So, having like all the legends on there, I'm missing a few, but the most significant West Coast legends are on the record.
Yes, sir.
And it feels good to be able to have a record that celebrates what we do. I didn't want to, with that album, Man Down, I didn't want to go outside the box. And us doing a record together is significant.
Yeah.
It's, it shows, what grown men supposed to do.
Yeah, it shows growth, yeah.
And getting money together is a great message for everybody.
That's right.
Instead of always looking for your piece of the pie, let's figure out how to get it together.
Yeah.
And it's just the right message at the right time with the right MCs.
That's
delivering it. We got enough years in the game to deliver the right message.
That's right. And right now, when people are saying a whole lot of fucking nothing.
Whole lot of nothing.
It's important that cats from the golden era like ourselves are saying something.
Say something for sure.
Because that's what we all, those were the layers that made who we are. Is like, unique sound and then having something to say.
It's important.
Yeah.
Like if you got the mic, you're supposed to use it.
Absolutely.
Chuck D had a line in one of his rhymes that's always stuck with me. He said, I don't rhyme for the sake of riddling.
Yeah.
So these ain't nursery rhymes.
Yeah. Yeah, he was letting you know his shit was straight to the point. And it always has been, like, like not mincing words.
Was that Don't Believe the Hype, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That was
Don't rhyme for the sake of riddling.
Yeah, it's important to use the mic when you got it, because you never know how long you're going to have it or have somebody's ear. Somebody might hear your song from only one time in their life.
I'll say Chuck and KRS-One kind of opened up all of our minds in that regard. Like, we could say a bunch of bullshit, but like if you got the platform and you do got something to say, fucking say it.
Melly Mel too.
Yeah, Melly Mel. First one.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the message, that's one of the most timeless storytelling songs.
Timeless.
I mean, we all say Slick Rick is the greatest storyteller, and he is, but before Slick Rick, there was the fucking message.
Real stories.
Broken glass.
Changed my perception of everything,
Yeah.
that record, the message.
Yeah, man. I think you did a great job on that album, man. There's a whole lot of slap on there, a lot of great features, and man. It was an honor to be a part of that shit, because like people act like it's some new shit that we've been cool for a long time now. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Based on the way back shit. But it's like, man, where y'all been? We've been touring together. We've done like before this, we had in salute to Shaq because he was the first one to put us together on a song with Men of Steel.
Men of Steel.
And that was a hard ass track right there.
For his album?
Yeah, on his album, right? What was that album? That was his first album.
That was like a soundtrack.
Or it was a soundtrack, yeah.
Soundtrack to a movie.
Yeah. And that I thought that was dope. And then Warren G put us on another one with the War sample. Don't let no one get you down. That was a cold one too.
Yeah, that is cold.
We did the video to that.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, man. So it was inevitable that we eventually get this show right here happening and have my brother on the show and talk about all the good shit popping off, man.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Know what I'm saying? And you keep it moving in such a way that I can relate to it in a smaller way, obviously, because like you're like a fucking household name from the movies and the music and just every part of your movement, and with the Big Three, which is something no hip hop artist has done, like is create a fucking platform like that. And congratulations on that shit, because that is awesome. Because not only did you create another platform, but you also created a lane for motherfuckers that still wanted to play, even though the NBA might say that they're past their prime and blah, blah, blah shit. You see some of these old school dudes out there like fucking running game.
Older fools could get down too.
Yeah.
You know, what we realized was 3-on-3 is its own game. You know, it's its own style.
Yeah.
You know, 5-on-5, you can be a specialist. You can be a defensive guy. You can be a rebound guy. You can be a three-point guy. But in 3-on-3, you got to have all-around skills,
or
you're going to get exposed. And that's what we realized. And we realized just because you were great in the NBA, that don't mean you're going to be great in the Big Three.
True that.
And just because you were great, or you maybe had a cup of coffee in the NBA and didn't really get your just due, that don't mean you can't come to the Big Three and get loose.
Yeah.
And we've seen that, you know, so over the years we've gotten younger, you know, 22 and up. And we've seen some youngsters get busy. We've seen some OGs get busy. And we realize with the NBA, it's not about skills or age. It's a numbers game. And they want to get the OGs out the locker room.
Yeah.
Because they teach the young ones the game.
And they don't want them to teach them the game.
They don't want to teach them the game, so they push them out earlier and earlier. You know, 32, they trying to push you out the door.
Mm.
And you still got so much basketball. You kind of at your basketball peak as far as IQ. So when they come to the Big Three and play, we get, you know, these are some very skilled players that know every trick of the trade.
Yeah.
You know, going against each other in a mono type style. And so it's been pleasing to watch and pleasing to play for the players. So, you know, it's a blessing that we've been able to professionalize the 3-on-3 game.
Killing it.
Do you think it's more physically demanding than like a full game of basketball with all the players? Because I mean, it's 3-on-3, so it's like you have to play more roles.
You have to play. It's offense to defense is extremely fast.
It's quicker,
and it's a 14-second shot clock. So you only got 14 seconds to get a shot up.
Yeah, the game moves a lot faster.
So it's moving, you know, and it's a sprint. First to 50 win. So it's no fucking around. You're looking at the clock. Oh, I know we got this.
Or milking the clock.
No garbage minutes, because there are no minutes. It's you want to win, get to 50 first.
Did it trip you out when T.O. wanted to get in the league?
It did. But I knew, you know, you have to really be a pro. This is nothing to play with. You have to be a pro. You know, it's like if he come to a game and check it out, he'll realize you have to be a pro basketball player to handle the Big Three, or you just...
Yeah, you set a standard right there. It wasn't like meant to be a celebrity league, although you could probably do that, and you'd have a lot of motherfuckers trying to get down with that.
Yeah.
Would you be in the celebrity league? Because I know you used to
Nah,
ball.
I retired.
You retired?
Yeah.
When's the last time you balled?
I was at the podium about 2 or 3 years ago. Done.
Oh man,
Yeah, I'm done.
Because I remember when we were on that tour in Australia, we were balling up occasionally.
Yeah, that was fun. You know, that was back, you know, when I was balling. But I realized what it is. We played in the NBA used to have an entertainment league.
Yeah.
And we played in that a couple years, and I would see motherfuckers get like pop their Achilles and shit.
Real injuries, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to be an amateur with a pro injury.
Wait, so there was no.
Fuck that shit. I'm done.
Yeah.
This was the NBA made this just for like celebs.
Yeah. It was on the weekends. You know what I mean?
Didn't Leo DiCaprio played?
Did they have a physical check at all before you actually went in there? Because I imagine they probably were just like, no, he should be good.
Not really a physical check, but the dudes that was playing could actually ball. You know, these was like D2 kind of guys who became agents and shit and didn't go to the pros or whatever. But they was, you know, it wasn't
real ballers.
Yeah, it wasn't no cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? It was like dudes who had game, and the NBA put this on, and it you know, it was a cool little thing. You know, it was dope.
Guys showing up to their exec job with the busted ass.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
happened?
You know, I saw motherfuckers, you know, hamstrings, Achilles,
all that shit,
ACLs,
because that happens.
Like,
especially if you ain't training your body to like play like the pros do, and you're just playing when you play
every week, just on the weekend.
Yeah. You will hurt yourself. That shit happens. But if if you're training like pros do, or like at the college level, you know, there's days they fucking are practice days so that their bodies tune in.
Remember that director Ted Demme?
Ted Demme, yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away
He
playing.
died playing up there.
Yeah. Oh, on that league.
In that league.
No shit.
He died on the court.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that league.
Yeah.
Like on live TV?
No,
At the
see,
event.
they didn't televise it. They didn't invite the public. You could just bring, you know, you can bring a guest, but it wasn't something that they wanted to put on. It was just like a private place for
celebrities,
industry and
industry people.
You know, it was really put together for celebrities and network and shit. You know, really know each other on a different level.
Yeah, man. When you running ball, man, you got to make sure you're in shape for that shit. Cause
exactly
for real,
it's crazy. But congratulations to the big three, man. That shit is fucking. It's very entertaining, and it's fucking a different game for sure.
Yeah, we putting teams in cities now. So LA got a team.
Yeah,
LA got a team. Miami, Detroit, Houston, Dallas, Chicago, Boston.
The expansion is
and,
real.
DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Hell yeah, that shit's growing, man.
You know what's crazy? Like when you first came out with the big three, like the first thing that it took me back to the playground, like 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. We didn't care. We just whatever, like you know.
Yeah, that's you know, it was a game that was kind of just sitting there.
Yeah,
you know, it was like the little cousin of 5-on-5 that nobody really paid attention to until you had to play.
Yeah,
but if you remember, those 3-on-3 games was some of the most vicious and ferocious games. And what's cool is you got a chance to touch the ball and show what you got. You know, 5-on-5, you can run down 3 or 4 times and never touch the ball.
That's true.
End up getting mad.
The 3-on-3 when you was on that, you played.
And
we all grew up to that. So there's a lot of people that connect with that shit and seeing pros play that shit on that level.
7-footers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And real defense. You know, we got a spot for the big man where the NBA, you know, the big man is getting lost.
Yeah.
You know,
like there aren't too many. There are some, but they're not like
they're not how they used to be. You know, they used to be an intricate part of the game.
What did you think of that Lakers trade?
I was shocked.
I was shocked too.
I was shocked, but I kind of understood it.
Yeah.
AD is a great player, but he's, you know, the best ability is availability, and he's never available enough. So, you know, you got to have a player that can stay on the court when it's time to go for that ring or go for that championship.
You know, that a lot of people pat Pelinka in the back for that deal, but it's really that where he succeeded was that he took the phone call because they weren't even looking for that. That fell on the lap.
Yeah,
but it's working because this motherfucker is peeling them out. I mean,
he happy he can play.
Yeah,
he he seemed like he loosening up out here.
Oh yeah,
and he making the other players better too. You know
true that.
That what's his name? Jackson.
Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes is getting busy because of Luka.
Yeah, for sure. And Austin Reeves is throwing him up some lobs too. I mean, like that dude's always been a pretty good center. He just always underneath someone with a bigger name, and this is his chance to shine. And he got LeBron throwing him lobs. He got Luka throwing him lobs, and Reeves, and he's getting
all
money.
hustle,
and he's playing defense.
All hustle.
Yeah,
like you gotta love it.
Yeah,
youngster that can hustle and is not scared to rim protect and just ready to ball whatever you need.
Yeah, ball the fuck out. Ball out before you fall out.
Love it.
Is that the only sport you like? You like fucks with?
Football,
like getting involved with? Like you thinking about taking the big three somewhere else to maybe like another sport?
Well, we trying to grow Big Three. We going to Australia this year with a exhibition game, couple of exhibition games, and in a perfect world, we'll have a Big Three Australia one day, Big Three Asia, Big Three South America, Big Three Africa, Big Three Europe, and then we'll play like the Big Cup.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
and it's crazy.
See you on about 10 years, but
it's crazy when you think about how big basketball has become as a global sport.
Worldwide.
I mean, it's not like soccer, but it's
there's 3 sports that go global: soccer, boxing or MMA,
right,
and basketball.
And basketball, yeah.
Everything else is here and there.
Yeah, it's a trip that the NFL doesn't have that sort of carryover like NBA and even baseball.
They're starting to with flag.
Yeah,
flag is going to be played in the Olympics.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So that means every country got to get up to speed with football.
They took breakdancing out and put flag football in. That's crazy.
I mean, they got to have some kind of. Certain countries shouldn't compete if you can't.
Yeah.
If you ain't up to a certain level, just because you got a country, that don't mean you should be able to compete in every sport.
For real.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
You should have it's the Jamaican bobsled team all over again. You know what I mean? You don't.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, how many fucking countries play flag football?
You said they took that out? I mean, they put that in and took breaking?
Well, we know that, they took breaking out, which breaking is global. You go anywhere.
I think the process of selecting the break dancers was fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know they got way better break dancers in Australia than that chick. The
that's
the Swiss Army knife looking
Kind of
chick.
ruined it.
Kangaroo girl.
Yeah.
Or what was her name? Fuck. I can't even remember right now.
White chick.
Yeah, the white chick.
Do you have to participate in all the sports though? Like, because think about it, like some countries, like we have the luxury here of having like motherfuckers that can go to a pool and swim and practice all day.
Right.
Well, like some people have to go to their capital to find a pool somewhere where they live.
Yeah, it's based on qualification.
Yeah.
So if it's like a fucking, running sport, it's time. Same with swimming. And like with the shot put javelin, it's about, how far you can fucking throw it and all that shit. But breaking,
the process wasn't right.
The process was not right.
They, if you look, our 3-on-3 team, right? The first year when 3-on-3 was in Tokyo, the American team didn't make it.
Yeah.
So they couldn't even compete. So they had a process. And obviously the breakdancing people don't got a process where if this the chick you gonna send, nah, y'all can't even come. You don't need to put this chick on TV.
Yeah. I mean, that was like one of the
that like was a hoax and shit.
Yeah. Like it was a trick being played on. Like we got rickrolled and shit.
Right.
Remember when the deaf person was behind like Mandela and shit and wasn't doing the right hand signals and shit? Yeah. That's what it felt like, one of those moments.
He just
when it was like this bitch up here making up shit. That's not how you say that in sign language.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe they threw her in because they need somebody to suck. You know, everybody can't be good. You know,
no, they found out that this chick was over the other. She was there to say who made it and who didn't.
Right.
She canceled out people and put herself in as the fucking best person to do it.
Yep. I think in every place they had to have like a certified qualification round somewhere.
Yeah, she was over that.
And she was overseeing it. Her and her husband.
And she disqualified all the good ones and picked herself as the best.
100.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cold.
That is ice cold because there are some more talented.
What's her name?
Come on, girl.
Ray Gun.
Oh,
stop that shit.
That she needs to make a shoe, and that's the logo right there.
Man.
The new ruse.
That's it.
Remember they had kangaroos? They got to put her on the motherfucking shoe now.
Damn.
Imagine that's the logo.
Yeah.
And every breaker from Australia. Every breaker from Australia got to wear that.
Get away with that.
And that shit will probably blow too.
It might.
How did her countrymen let her get away with that?
She probably been.
They should have been like, "What you here for?"
They probably been giving her.
What you here for? I'm breaking. You break. Wait a minute.
Breaking.
Hold on. Let's see this. Do a handstand, bitch.
That jackknife shit was way
do
out.
a windmill. Let me see your up rock.
Yeah, up rock better be tight.
Man. And what was crazy is that when she was going up against that little chick from India, the little chick from India busted some crazy shit on her.
They crazy out there.
Yeah, man. That shit was terrible.
And she was dismissive about it, like
exactly.
They came with
that
some
attitude.
Woo.
Right.
Oh man.
It was entertaining. I'll say that shit.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. But man, I wish they would have just kept the breakdancing here in LA because it's deep in the hip hop culture here in Los Angeles. And why the fuck would you take it out?
Just because she was whack.
Because she was whack.
It's like
Everybody-
just because this person was like not qualified, you gonna all the break dancers around the world
Suffer.
like
Now we gotta suffer.
Gotta go back to just
to the street. Like,
I think there's another event that's kind of fucked up that they chose to put up, and you're looking at it like, for me, curling, right? Why the fuck do we gotta watch curling?
some people dig curling.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's like a Canadian cold. It's like a cold.
Yeah,
That's the
sport.
shit with the mop.
Yeah,
I hate
and
that
the
shit. I
stone,
hate
and
that
you
shit.
gotta.
No,
I mean, I get it.
You know,
Can't
it's
fuck
like
I get it, but I don't get it. I'd rather see bowling or some shit like
bowling.
that, or MMA. You know what I'm
Tennis.
saying? Or
bowling.
they don't have bowling in the Olympics.
They should. I think maybe they did for a time. I don't know if they still got
because
it.
they should. Bowling is dope.
When's the last time you bowled? Have you bowled?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, man. We be going out there and throwing them now and then.
Y'all fuck around?
Oh yeah. We got to call you and see when you got time. Come fuck with us, man. It's a good time every time.
Yep.
Oh man, it gets really competitive. We talking a lot of shit to each other, boy.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
Once the teams are assumed and everyone goes to their side, then it becomes the shit.
Yeah, we're all very friendly before the teams get picked, and then after that, the shit is.
Fucked up.
It's much like dominoes. You're all friends, and then till you get on that fucking shit, we're all You hear some classic shit pop off then. My God, you just came back from Australia, right?
Yeah.
How did that go? I know you killed them out there.
Yeah, it was dope. You know, I was out there on some undercover movie work.
Oh, nice.
And then, you know, while we was out there, we was like, yo, let's do a couple shows. And you know, kind of work on this new production we fucking with. And Sydney was dope, Melbourne, crazy.
Oh yeah,
You know,
they got a lot
great
of love.
crowd. It was a kid in the audience and shit with a big ass sign. It said, Ice Cube, I can rap. Bring me on stage. So at the end of the show, I'm like, all right, come here. You want to get up here? His fucking eyes was just, you know, his eyes was big.
He did not think you was gonna pull.
He was like, I said, come on, we about to sing It Was a Good Day. You know, this is what I told him. He said, I only know Straight Outta Compton. Yeah, look, okay. I said, all right, we're doing Straight Outta Compton again. Shit. Did it with him, you know.
Oh, you made made his fucking
He was
life.
getting busy too. He was on the mic.
That was Australia?
Trying to rock it. Australia.
That's
yeah.
great. Yo,
there you go. Yeah, he was trying to rock it.
That's crazy.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
You know, it's a trip because as we've been doing a lot of these shows in the last few years, and I know you've seen it too, and I know you've seen it because, I mean, you experienced it there. People are bringing their kids to Golden Era shows like a motherfucker, knowing that their kids are into, like, you know, hip hop or rap music. They're like, here, let me show you some real shit.
You know what else I noticed? It's not just parents bringing their kids. Youngsters are coming with their friends.
With their friends, without
they
their
bringing they self.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's another, you know, to me, generation hurdle that's crossed.
19, 20-year-olds.
Yeah, they
25,
now
30.
they coming on their own because of the legacy. You know, if, they not coming if you ain't got the legacy.
True that.
They're not coming if you haven't laid the groundwork for, you know, 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, now with us, you know, it's 40 years coming up on it.
I think they're going through that phase like we did, right? Like, so some of the older music that was before our generation, but someone passed it to us and we started getting into it.
Oh, they was in the car listening to that shit.
And then we start looking into the
they
old
family
catalog.
bumping that shit,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, when they was young, just like we was sitting around listening to what our parents was bumping. And, you know, we love those artists just like if they was, you know, our generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that, you know, that's the trip about Golden Era generation kids, right? The kids that were born from people that were doing shit in the Golden Era, you know, like they're fucking, they go out of their way to teach them the music.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like.
And the respect, you know, the real.
Yeah. It doesn't happen all the time, but most of the time you'll get some kids that actually do the math.
I kind of blame that on the parents. Like me as a parent, I all my kids was grown on hip hop and real music and, you know, all the classics, and so like you could talk to any of my kids and they like that new shit, of course.
Yeah.
They like that, but they also know, you know, Cube, they know Wu-Tang, they know Beatnuts, Cypress.
They know what they're
You know
supposed
I'm
to
saying?
know.
So it's like, yeah. So
I mean, but
that's kind of the parents' fault if you're not schooling your kids.
do you implement it? Like, because I don't think, like, do you think all the kids, not all of them go fucks with it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, some kids like that, like the pop music shit. They don't necessarily like rap music or hip hop music or whatever. They're into that Taylor Swift shit. Or
Yeah, like
sometimes they gotta mature a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, to come back around to it.
Because it's slightly aggressive for their palate. Some of it,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
of course. Yeah, definitely.
Put
But-
a 13-year-old to how I could just kill a man. I mean, like, it's a hard sell, you know?
You know, sometimes, like when I'm at my highest, right, on stage, because I be high as fuck on stage sometimes. Most
No
times.
shit.
Most times. And I'll be listening to the lyrics as I'm doing them, you know what I mean? Like I'm totally fucking zoned in. I'm like, I can't believe I'm telling people this shit. It's very aggressive. You know what I mean?
It is, because, yo, I remember being in New York and Funk Master Flex on the radio. Yo, this is hard. This is hard. And then it'll be some, I wanna love you, baby. And it's like with an auto tune, and it's like, I'm like, this is not hard.
That's not the
like,
version of
like,
hard.
But it's, that's their hard though. The young generation.
Yeah.
So it's like two different.
Their version of hard is very different.
Yeah.
Their
Exactly.
version of aggressive is slightly different.
Yeah.
I mean, they
They
talk
got
that
energy,
shit, but it's not as scary as our version of aggressive, I think.
Yeah.
Like, our shit might cause anxieties to some, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Whereas this new shit causes frustration because, like, half the time you don't understand it. It's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
And we were more in tune with using our voice to make it happen, and not the auto tunes kind of singy feel to it,
Yeah.
And so we like we grip it and rip it MCs.
That's right.
And that's the style that I grew up on. That's the style I like. When it's not that style, it kind of it's an acquired taste.
I think all of us that grew up in that time were very much like that. Like, if it wasn't in that zone, we were not fucking with it. Like, almost like purists towards raw hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, I could not listen to the happy-go-lucky shit that was out there. And I'm not saying none of that was bad. I just could not. I like the more raw versions of the music,
Hey, shout out. I mean, I used to like some of their music, but PM Dawn.
Yeah.
That didn't
they didn't fit the description.
Yeah, they they didn't have a smooth ride in hip hop because of that.
Yeah.
Because it was a little too soft.
Yeah.
He kind of knocked that door down though, right? Like for that singy, peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think De La maybe.
Yes.
A lot of De La soul, and it's a lot of De La in what PM Dawn.
We were just talking about.
We just talked about this the other day,
and it's cool. It's like De La was cool with it because it was still in what was considered a B-boy fashion.
Yeah. They were still very.
It was
hip-hop.
delivered in a B-boy fashion, even though it was nuanced. Like, yo, you introducing a whole new vibe.
Yeah.
Into the game, and it's cool. It was accepted. The Jungle Brothers and Moni Love, and that whole
Native Tongues.
Yeah, the Native Tongues. There we go. That whole style, even capping off to the Brand Nubians, who, still in '89 was like one of the best albums.
Grand Poobah.
Yeah, Grand Poobah.
So, PM Dawn, it was too far for some.
Yeah.
People saw the writing on the wall, like, you can't let this go too far off the rails, or
yeah.
And you seen what KRS did to him, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, we just talked about this whole incident the other day too.
That was nuts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we were just talking about this shit the other day, like where like PM Dawn slid in.
I don't know what the beef was about, but I know KRS like pushed him off the stage.
Well,
well,
homie, the rapper said something about what was it?
He said KRS. It was said KRS says he's a teacher, but a teacher of what?
He was questioning his teaching
ARS was
abilities.
going at everybody back then. Yeah.
And you cannot question the teacher's teaching abilities.
Yeah, it's just
hey, man.
Hey, who were like some of your favorite MCs coming up? Like before you got on, like who were you listening to?
KRS-One.
KRS-One. See,
definitely one of my favorites. LL.
Yeah,
loved LL. Loved Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Hey,
yo. This is Ice-T.
it was like, I mean, Rakim.
Yeah, Rakim.
One of the most, they was just.
Those are all the foundational guys.
Yeah, Chuck D,
Yeah.
Public Enemy.
Who would you put on the hip hop Mount Rushmore like yours, like your?
Oh man. Melly Mel. Chuck D. KRS-One.
Okay.
Ice-T.
That's fucking solid.
Solid.
That's solid as
That
fuck.
is a good fucking Rushmore right there. I would co-sign that shit all day.
Oh man.
I mean, because I feel like we listen to a lot of the same shit.
They the foundation.
They were the
yeah. We do.
Yeah, man. That's why I was like tripping when KRS-One came on, and he wanted to know more about like hip hop on the West Coast, because like we never really like. That's what I give the East Coast. They celebrate the history of it and where it came from, and they make sure you do not forget this shit. But we on the West Coast, we don't necessarily celebrate our jump off and like the initial pioneers in the same way, I think.
Well, it jumped off in different ways.
Yeah.
The real the one is to me, Mixed Master Spade.
Mixed Master Spade.
I'm ready to rock.
Mixed Master Spade was, kind of flipping the street shit. And then you got to go to Toddy T. The Batarang.
Yeah.
Even though his was more, it was, it was street. It just wasn't super hardcore, but it was super street.
Yeah. Would you say Egyptian Lover was like our Bambaataa?
In a lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Egyptian Lover was, to me, the artist that a lot of them was chasing, from the Wrecking Crew to, it was all kind of, the Knights of the Turntables. It was all kind of DJ crews running around here, and they was all of them was chasing Uncle Jam's Army, Egyptian Lover, what Roger Clayton was doing.
Yep.
And DJ Pooh, you can't count him out. DJ Pooh was one of the first West Coast artists to work on a major hip hop record like LL.
Yep.
Bigger and Deffer record. Him and Bobcat, King T.
King T.
These are
Beast.
The true OGs. You can't count out the LA Dream Team.
True that.
LA Dream Team.
They don't get enough love.
Yep. Rodney O and Joe Cooley.
Yep. Rodney O and Joe Cooley.
DJ Quick. That's more. After Easy and NWA, but before that, these are, the rulers of the roost. Even Bobby Jimmy and the Critters.
Bobby Jimmy and the Critters. Yeah. He used to be
I'm a LA rapper. I'm a New York rapper. They was playing this shit on K-Day, and this is the beginning of West Coast hip hop, and it's probably even before that. You can't count out Grandmaster Lons.
That's right.
Who had Eve After Dark, before he had Dudos, before he had Skateland with the Wrecking Crew. He one of the first dudes to bring Run DMC and LL and all them to LA to perform. These are all the true pioneers of West Coast hip hop.
Yeah.
You give a lot of flowers to a lot of the OGs right there, and I mean, obviously you're a cultured man in the game, but do you keep up with the current status? Like, who would you say is carrying the torch for the West Coast right now? Or if there's any like scene that's popping like more than any other scene, would you say?
I mean, of course, what TDE, was doing.
They are a
Kendrick,
force.
yeah. They definitely, holding up the West Coast. I mean, you can't count out what they doing in the Bay.
Yeah.
What they've done to keep the West Coast alive. It's like we have our ebb and flows on what's going on. As far as sometimes it's their time to shine, sometimes it's our time to shine.
Yeah, it's like a cycle here in California.
Right.
But what you realize is that we are extremely creative, and we're gonna find a way to, make ourselves known in this hip hop game. Without, whether we have our lulls or whatever, the creativity is gonna, pop out.
Yeah. I'll say this. You said something to me in the early 90s that made so much fucking sense. Like, you and Muggs gave me like the two biggest pieces of advice that I carry to this day, right? One, Muggs told me, if you want to be one of the best rappers, you got to be around the other best rappers to learn how to be one of the best. You know what I mean? And like challenge yourself and shit like that. It's, doing that helped me keep progressing and evolving as a writer, as an MC, as a performer.
Yeah.
The advice you told me, and it made so much sense. He says, I always keep my ear to the street, whether it's like through one of the young homies to keep me on game and know what is cracking, and just so that I know where I'm at, right? And that shit has served me well throughout the 32 years I've been doing this. You know what I mean? And I think that's the shit that has kept you relevant, because like you haven't missed a fucking step. And like in this album even shows that, you know what I mean? Like you're keeping your ear to the streets and seeing what the fuck is popping out there, and it's connecting. Like some people lose that touch, Yeah,
it's important. It's extremely important, because I always think, as an MC, I'm not always speaking just for myself. I'm speaking for other people that could be in that situation or could find themselves in that situation. And sometimes you just want somebody to know you want that you want them to know that you understand what they're going through, and hopefully you got the lyrics to, give them a little game, and hopefully they can get about that situation or whatever. And so, you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
Just really, you got to pay attention to the people. And Parliament had a lyric on their album that said, give the people what they want when they want, and they want it all the time. So, you don't have to reinvent the game. Just give the people what they want. And, with my record, I'm like, I'm going to give them what they want from me. Like, I'm not going to overthink this shit. I'm going to give them just pure West Coast Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And if you want that, I got a record. If you don't, you should go get it from somebody else.
Yeah.
Because at this point, 40 years in the game, you have, not just fans, but clientele. They want that shit.
They want what they want.
It. You know what I mean? They want the pure. They don't want the experimental shit. They want pure Be Real, Cypress Hill. They want pure Ice Cube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want it pure.
Yeah, I think you can experiment like on a mixtape.
For sure.
I think people are more accepting if you do like a mixtape and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try this shit out over here. But like when you're doing like your album, motherfuckers expect that thing. You know what I mean?
And at this point, I've been thinking about shit like AI and why is it bullshit? Why is AI bullshit?
Right.
When it comes to artists, like taking a dead artist like Tupac and putting him with Michael Jackson on, Frank Sinatra with Elvis and shit like that, The reason why it's bullshit is because You like all those artists because of the choices they make.
That's right.
That's why you like them artists. The choices to sing that song, the choice to do it that way,
Yep.
the choice to do it this way. And that's what make them the shit. When you get that choice to a computer, it ain't even worth your time to even listen to it.
Yeah.
Because what are you getting? You know what I'm saying? Just a voice. You're not getting the artist.
It can't.
Right?
It might replicate your voice, but it can't replicate your feel.
The story won't
your
have any
feel
authenticity.
and the choices you make as an artist.
Yeah.
So, at this point in the game, speaking of bringing it back around to real artists, true artists, what are your choices? And that's good enough. Like, do what you like.
Yeah.
Do what you like.
Yeah.
Don't even think about nobody else. Do what you like, and I guarantee you, your audience will like it.
And that's real shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because anytime you're trying to chase a sound that someone else's, like, oh man, they had a hot fucking album over there, or a hot single, I want to do something like that. Boom, loss. You lost right there.
Lost.
Because you ain't doing you. You trying to follow this fucking chain over here. I believe it's vibe, just like you said. It's authentic when it comes from you. And definitely AI can't. I mean, it could maybe make your lyrics better, right? Let's just say you wrote something and, hey, AI, what can make this better? And a lot of y'all need that shit.
Well, I mean, working with, it's a tool. If an artist want to use it as a tool, it's still your choice.
Yeah.
But to replace you
with
some fucking computer choice,
that ain't it.
Bullshit. No.
Yeah.
No,
not gonna happen.
But artists can use a tool just like, a director will use CGI. It's part of, it's part of the expression, what you're trying to say or put out there. So, but to replace artists with this shit is like,
that ain't it.
That should be rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like how don't dare they make the next Friday movie on for AI. We want
Come on,
the
man.
real
Stop
thing.
it.
Because think about who's the one controlling this AI to do these corny raps.
Well, it's
the real
it's
cornball probably.
It's individuals that like go on and like say, fuck it, let me try this. Like I remember they did a Hank Williams one with Straight Outta Compton, rocking your verse. Remember that shit?
It sounded
that was
weird,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah, it was. It was
that was nuts.
It was wacky.
Some of those, it just sounds out of place where it just doesn't sit right, and you're like, man, you're like, this would never
But
happen.
what
in
if
this universe.
a country singer motherfucker went and remade that though?
I mean, if he actually remade it, it might be dope.
It might be fucking dope, right?
But to do it through the AI computers,
And I still think the AI, the flow, you're gonna hear something that sounds AI to me. Like it's not.
I think you would hear it,
right?
Because someone sent me on some shit that like it was a song. I didn't write the song, but it wrote it as if I wrote the song and put my voice on it.
It don't sound.
And I heard it and I'm like, well, no, I mean it's close, but that's there was certain ways that I write and certain tones that it just wasn't.
10 years from now, that shit gonna sound just like.
True that. That's why you got to put like as if you're an artist, when you fucking pass away, you better put it in that shit that your image and all that shit cannot be recreated by none of these fucking companies.
Yeah.
Without your
all
fucking
that image
family
and likeness shit is over with.
Yeah, get your family compensated if they're gonna fucking use that shit. Or have to get their permission to use it.
Yeah, permission.
All the
is
stuff
good.
that you guys have in the vaults too, man, that's gonna go up in price because it's gonna be authentic music. You know
True
what I mean?
that.
Like so people be
I
like,
don't have
yo,
nothing in the vaults. I released everything.
You released everything.
There's no unreleased songs?
None.
Damn.
Hey, that's good. That's efficient.
Wow.
Like for real, because
Every album, it's always been every song you've. That's the
Every song I've been able to put out some way, shape, or form.
so whether it's on an album or singular.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I likes that shit because it keeps it moving. I mean, you don't always got to put out an album. It could be like a fucking a single or a 4-pack or an EP, whatever it is. I mean, and you have
Matter of fact, that's probably the best way to do it now because people's attention span. Even though, you know, we've proven with this It's My Ego record that you can stretch the attention span if you reinvent the song.
Yeah.
You know.
And y'all been doing that like a motherfucker. Like I've seen it. And it has like a lot of fucking impact, retention, and it has stretched it. Because I think in this day, you know, like we were all so used to just putting up 1 or 2 clips and then go on to the next. But the way you did it, it kept the song rolling, right? Because you got to assume that not everybody that follows you have seen it. And then the ones that have seen it are getting reminded of it, and it just keeps the song fresh in the mind, and they support it, they go to it, they rock with it, and then the shit you've been doing with the remixes, awesome.
Yeah, you know, just, you know, adding that Egomaniacs with Killer Mike and Buster, and then coming back with the 3 mix with me and Scarface, and then adding the contest challenge on the end where, you know, any MC can jump on the 3rd verse if you win. It's just been able to stretch the single.
Man, it was good to hear you and Scarface on the same shit. Face is the man.
He's so good. It's like it's scary, you know, because Face, he plays too.
Yeah.
You know, he's a hell of a musician.
I like Willie D too.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, Willie D's my man. You know, we've been
cool.
We've been cool, man, since shit. Seemed like 80, 88, 87.
Yeah, y'all been getting down for a long time. Because I remember
he don't get enough props, I think.
Yeah, Willie D is a ferocious MC.
Oh, yes.
And a real dude, you know. He a real dude in a real way.
I'll say this: they put us on early on, like they were doing big shows. They'd have us come open it, and then the shows you put us on early and Naughty by Nature, and then eventually the Beastie Boys. Y'all 4 had like definitely put us on in places to win right there, and I thank you for that. That was the 3rd thank you right there. Thank you, my bro.
Nah, I mean, you guys had the best music. You know what I mean? It was like it was easy.
Hey, you know what was a trip? Because people, like, we talk about it. We even talked about it the other day. Was that when you showed up to the Killer Man video, we didn't even really know each other yet.
Yeah.
And when you showed up, it was like, oh shit, Cuba's here. Oh man, it was that was a dope fucking moment, dog, to see you pull up on the set like that.
Man, it was like it was so cool to me finally have a group that could sonically fuck New York up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I say fuck New York up, I mean,
but like get impact there.
Yeah, get the impact sonically. You know, I did with America's Most Wanted, but I was using the Bomb Squad's sonics.
Yeah.
You know, here we go, you know, with what you and Muggs and put together. It's like sonically it was able to penetrate the you know, the core.
Yeah. And I believe you
of New York.
Yeah.
You know, at the time.
And you did that most especially when you knocked it down with the Bomb Squad. That is such a legendary fucking move right there. You like pivoted in a way like y'all won motherfuckers over down there.
I still rock that in the mix all the time. A lot of that.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy. It was so like, you know, surreal is a word a lot of people use, but you know, you gotta.
And you recorded this in New York, right?
I recorded America's Most Wanted in New York, Green Street Studios.
Green Street. Classic.
We did some of it. We did the pre-production at 510 Franklin out in Long Island. And in doing the record, you know, we would fuck with EPMD. You know, I met K Solo out there. Redman before they even. K Solo, I think he had Spellbound out, but Redman was still in the wings waiting to come out. Fucking with Busta Rhymes was a young MC. Him and Leaders of the New School.
Yeah.
I remember when Chuck gave him that name, Leaders of the New
School. Yeah.
So it's we was just in there like I had flew to New York to here's how we end up doing the record. I flew to New York because I was supposed to meet Sam Sever, who had did the Third Bass album.
That's right.
Sam Sever, he had a clean, dope sound. And I was waiting at Def Jam for him, and he never came up there and shit. And I was just, motherfucker.
Wow.
I still ain't met Sam Sever to this day.
Same here.
Still never met him. So
he cool.
Yeah. He didn't come. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm walking out and I see Chuck. Chuck is like, yo, what you doing out here? Told him, yo, I left NWA. I told you I was leaving. I'm dolo, trying to get my record produced. And it was like, yo, we at Green Street tonight. Me, Big Daddy Kane, we doing a record called Burn Hollywood Burn. You want to get on it? Because that'll be a way that you show that you solo. I'm like, what? Huh? What the hell yeah.
Go.
Like, let's win. So I was over there, we doing the record and shit. Hank Shockley come in. And Keith Shockley already there and Chuck there, and I'm just talking about my record, and I said that yeah, man, I left the group and they heard that I was coming to New York to get my record produced and shit, and I heard the motherfuckers was laughing about that. So Hank was like, laughing? What you mean laughing? They laughed at the fact that I was West Coast dude trying to get my shit produced on the East Coast. They just laughed at that. They didn't think that was gonna work. So he was like, yo, Cube, Bomb Squad, we'll do that whole joint. I was like, you mean more than one record? You mean every record? He said, we do every record.
That must have fucking...
I was like...
that, because I know you're a fan of Public Enemy, so... I know that had to have like just hit different.
Yeah, it was like I knew the rhymes was gonna be right, but the production had to be at a level.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, the production is gonna be perfect.
And it was.
I don't have to worry about that. And I had Jinx, who he had beats that I was gonna use, that was really that West Coast sound. So by having us all working together, we kept it on the rails, but we also was experimental enough to go there.
Yeah, you did. It was excellent, man. What were we gonna say, C?
Oh no, I was gonna ask, was there any cool studios because a lot of what made America's Most Wanted, which is one of my favorite rap albums of all time, that's but the way it's just so it's like a collage, and just sometimes the beats would switch up and just
the transition pieces.
Here's what was crazy. Chuck D did most of the scratching on the record.
What?
Word.
Yeah, Chuck D.
Fuck out of here, really?
Most of the scratching.
Oh my God.
We produced. We mixed each song 4 times.
No shit.
So Chuck would do a mix. Me and Jinx would do a mix. Keith Shockley and Eric Sadler would do a mix. And then Hank Shockley would do a mix. And then we would pick the best mix for the song.
Who had the best mix?
Whoever had the best mix, their mix was going on the album.
Whose mix went?
It varied.
Oh, it varied.
It varied. Sometimes Chuck got it right. Sometimes Keith. Sometimes me and Jinx got it right.
Well, that's
Hank.
how it works, man. Teamwork.
But most people would have mixed it 4 times with us all together.
Yeah.
With all of our ears, but we was using everybody's ears.
Oh yeah.
At different times to see who could come up with the best version of the song.
That was a great chemistry. I got to tell you, man. I mean, it's a classic forever. Longevity. Go ahead, Easy.
You know, shout out to you for number one, hooking everybody up here with the Friday Kush. And I kind of mentioned it earlier. Is there like, I've heard there's hints of a new installment to the Friday series?
Yeah.
Can we get a little, hint or something? Is that true?
A lot of
It's
things.
true. It's true. But we still working on paperwork. It's just complicated funk sometimes to get these things to come all the way together because it's a ensemble of different stars and everybody's at a different point in their career. And so, we got to all agree.
You left them with a classic though. So
yeah, we got to all agree. So it's always better to make sure the business is right.
Right.
That's foundational.
First, no matter how bad we want to jump in and start shooting a movie, we want to make sure the business is right and everybody happy, and then we're going to make a good movie.
Is it going to include like all the different Fridays? Is it going to have like Pooh involved and like Mike Epps and like is it collective?
It's like Star Wars, man.
Yeah.
You never know what. Yeah. You never know who's gonna pop up and why.
The behind the scenes to making, I guess the making of those films must have been like such a good time. Who would you say? I mean, if I had to take a guess, I'm like, okay, Chris Tucker had to be the funniest individual on set, but like you being there, who would you say was the funniest?
No. John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Funniest on set.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's the funniest on set. And Mike Epps is funny as hell on set too. Them dudes is just naturally funny. They don't have to have lines and shit. They just the way they are.
Yeah, the way they are.
The way they are is just funny, and you're gonna be laughing all day if they around. Because that's just
how you feel about that? The damn going viral, like that shit is like a stamp.
That still get used today
everywhere.
That's why you make these kind of movies, to have those the moments where people just become part of their language. It become part of their everyday way to communicate. They pulling it from the movie. Or they, able to watch it over and over and over again. That's how much a movie make is not how you measure how good it is.
I'll say this: it had the impact where it's one of those movies like Scarface, right? Like no matter where you catch it from, you might write it out from there. And in any one of those movies in all that series is the same thing. Like you could catch it anywhere and just rock it from there.
Yeah.
And that's when you got a motherfucker. You know what I mean? That'll ride with it no matter how many times they've seen it. Like, okay, fuck this, I'm gonna ride it out with this shit.
Yeah, it's a movie that really connected. When we did the movie, the first one, I was like, man, only the cool people are gonna understand this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is like, you gotta know what the fuck is going on, and really, you're gonna dig it, and you're gonna watch it over and over again, and you're gonna find new shit every time you watch it.
I fired my manager after that movie dropped.
Why?
Because we had a conversation. You told me about the movie, and you said, I want you to play this one role in it. And I told my manager, I said, hey, he asked me to be in this movie. He didn't take it serious. And he booked us on a tour in the timeline where y'all were shooting it.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, you fucked this up for me, man. I told Cube I would do this for him, and you put me on tour. I even had him cancel the tour. It was, we were young, and very pissed off in those times, right? So that
Angered.
fired him out of here. Like, you fucked this up for me.
That's a good reason to be angry.
I was, but I was like celebrating it though because it was,
I think we use our poster or something.
Hell yeah. I see that shit. I'm like, at least that got in back there. You know what I'm saying?
Use our poster.
It's iconic movie. It's like Cheech and Chong, right? The way people look at like Cheech and Chong movies, like they're cult classics. They live forever, longevity style, like music does.
Worldwide.
That series, the whole.
I mean, Cheech and Chong's is definitely an inspiration. Just us smoking weed is because of Cheech and Chong.
I don't think they realized how big of an influence they were to us. I mean, in the recent they have, but like.
I mean, hearing a song like Lowrider and seeing a lowrider pull up in a movie, I was done. Like, they could do no wrong from that point on. And it was funny. And they was smoking weed. And they was clowning. It was just what was not to like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Funny
Those
as hell.
movies just had a big impact, and you don't have Friday without Cheech and Chong.
They're probably one of the most referenced comedy duo in hip hop.
Man.
Yeah.
Nobody mentions, because a lot of people smoke weed and they've referenced Cheech and Chong throughout their shit. So, salute to Cheech and Chong.
Straight up.
And,
I done gave him a lot of salutes.
Yeah.
And in my song, Smoke Some Weed, I gave them a salute and gave you a salute.
That's right. Because, a lot of people probably didn't know Cube smokes weed like this. I know, like, in the chat room, they've been like, oh, my God, he is, like, session up right now. You know what I mean? Like, he smokes weed, y'all.
Tell us about this Friday, Kush, man. What's good?
Yeah, it's something we've been, working on for a few years. I think people dig what we doing.
I've been smoking it. It's like I'm nice right now. So.
Yeah, we done hooked up with my man Louis the 13th.
Nice.
And we doing a lot of cross promotion with that, So I'm coming out with a brand called Palm Trees. And we're gonna see what we can do with it.
That's a good partnership. I gotta tell you, they're on the one, man.
I've always liked his product, so it was cool to be able to connect,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salute. Salute to Cali Blaze for the hash hole earlier. If you wanna, blaze those hash holes like we do, go to caliblaze.net. There's big sale on hand-rolled hash holes, pre-rolls, and if you buy in bundles, you'll save a lot. caliblaze.net. Use use code BREALTV at checkout, and you will get hooked the fuck up. And if you're a blunt smoker, check out Natural Leaf Wraps by Al Capone. Rolled this one up myself over here. I mean, it was over here, yeah, right here. And
is this it?
No, that's a different one right there.
Shit, what about this one?
You want to try this one here?
There's one right here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, pass him that one.
got?
That's Al Capone rolled one up. I think Pedro rolled that one up, and it's easy to roll with the self stick strip. They burn slow, taste good. Check the link in the bio. Get yourself Al Capone Premium Leaf Wraps. They are the one if you like blunts and shit like that. We're about to open up the doors to the Insane Asylum. That means y'all in the live chat. If you got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion, we're here for it. Salute to everybody that's rocked a super chat. If you hit the $20 mark, we're going to send you a sticker pack and pins. If you hit the $50 mark, we're sending you a t-shirt and hat and a bunch of cool shit. If you hit the $100 mark, we're hitting you with the mixed mystery box and a glass piece. So if you did, email us at BRealTVcontest@gmail.com with your mailing address, photo ID, proving you're 21 and over, and mailing address, shirt size, shoe size, and we'll send you all that business. All right, so let's open it up.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
All right, let's do this. We have a lot of questions from people in the super chat here. We got Karina asking or saying, Ice Cube, Predator is one of my favorite all-time albums. Saw you in Ottawa last year with WC, Exhibit, and Demrick. She's saying, effing awesome show. Much love and respects to you. And saying, yo, Be Real, thank you so much for this. Y'all rock.
Thank Ice Cube for
thank
this.
Appreciate you coming to the show. And yeah, Predator was a great record. It was a record when it's one of the records I first started working with Muggs.
Yeah.
He did a few dope songs on that song. Now I Gotta Wet Ya.
Yeah.
And the original Check Yourself, right now we usually do the remix that Pooh did.
Both hit. I got to tell you, both songs hit. That Pooh
that
remix
original is moving. They use that in a few trailers,
Yeah.
a couple of movies, and it's dope.
Oh yeah, there's also the LA Riot song, the Tear This Motherfucker
Yeah.
Up.
Oh,
Tear This
man.
Motherfucker Up.
Ooh,
that
that's
shit.
a
That
mug.
Muggs beat too is like crazy.
I'll tell you what, Bird in the Hand.
Oh,
Oh, man. That's one
Bird
of
in the
my
Hand. That's
favorites.
DJ Pooh.
That's one of my favorites on that shit right
Boogeyman.
there.
Boogeyman.
All right.
And Soul, speaking of Muggs and the Predator album, Soul's asking, can you talk a little bit more about DJ Muggs' production on the Predator album?
Well, I'm such a big fan of Cypress Hill and what he did with them. And so, I wanted some of that production. I wanted, that sound. I think we even use your photographer on the Predator album cover.
Yeah, was it Mike Miller?
Nah, it was a lady. I forget her name.
Yeah, who was that?
Man, sorry, lady.
She killed it though.
Yeah, she did a dope. You gave me that.
Pipe.
The pipe I have on.
Yeah, me and Muggs had this pipe. We both had the same
Yeah, you
pipe.
gave me that pipe. Yeah. So, I'm a big fan of Cypress Hill, and I wanted Muggs to produce some songs, and he gave me some bangers. And at the time when I did the Predator, it was coming off a death certificate, and I was at a point where I was like, man, y'all just think I'm a shock rapper. I can actually fucking rap.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do a album where I can, show my skills
Let
as
them
a
know.
rapper. Yeah.
Let them know.
Yeah. So, Muggs helped me do that with those tracks. And then working with DOS Effects, I was a big fan of them and they sound. They was working with EPMD and them. And so it was cool to get Muggs on the record. It helped me, transition from just doing mainly, West Coast sounding music to all around.
Yeah.
Where I could, it could work anywhere.
Yeah.
On the planet.
And it did. Y'all sounded great together. Like just the tone of your voice to his dark ass samples.
Oh man.
Oh fuck, man. That shit was awesome. Dude. I was at some of those sessions and was geeking off of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I can't believe these motherfuckers are working together.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I mean, I've always respected Muggs, man. As a B-boy. He gonna give it to you straight.
Yeah.
No chase.
and I gotta say, man, he gave us a good one in the recent on his Soul Assassin album where yourself, Ren, and myself, we got down on that. That was like, hell yeah. Another one we got to work on.
It was so good to hear you both and Ren on that. It was so dope.
I know. Yeah. It's like,
yeah,
it's a great song.
And in case y'all don't know what we're talking about, it's a song called "Dump on Him." DJ Muggs, Soul Assassin. Make sure you check that shit out. Still with that dark vibe. Love it.
Beat knocks though. That beat knocks.
Yeah.
Y'all, and all three of y'all.
You need that.
Got to get it. All right.
I think the photographer you're talking about was Pamela Springsteen.
Yeah.
Springsteen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Shout to Twackalack. He's in here saying, shout to Ice Cube. Been a fan since day one, all the way from Washington.
Sweet, man. Appreciate it. Salute. Hopefully we can take it to day 2, day 3, day 4.
Day for the rest.
Yeah. Yep.
Show Ryu King in here saying blessings and bong grips to the crew. Hey, yo, B.
Yeah.
Man, that's a female.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Hey, you got quotables here.
Hey, we yell that a lot.
It's quotable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Great.
how you got a lot of love over here, man. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, man. I feel it. It's all.
Cheers, brother. Hell yeah.
It's it's great to finally get a chance to do the podcast and chop it up and talk about history.
Yeah.
Know it's gonna be delivered right and not cut up and chopped up, and
yeah, absolutely. Because
people can learn about what the game is really about.
Yeah. When you take all the right steps and not cut the fucking steps like a lot of motherfuckers do these days.
It seems like you've just done like everything and you mastered it, like from like acting and music. Is there anything that you just like suck at? Like, like where you just like, what?
He's a Gemini, dog. We don't suck at nothing.
I try not to, but it's things I wish I could do better.
Yeah.
I wish I could work on cars better and all that kind of, good shit that I see my peers and brother and, pops and all them people can do. You know what I mean? Being in the music business, you miss out on some of that stuff. So,
hey, do you got like any hobby type shit that you do like that takes you away from like, work? Anything specific?
No, hip hop is my hobby.
Yeah, see, because
hip hop it's I started doing this at 14. Didn't know I was gonna make a quarter, it was just fun. And I've always kept that attitude towards it.
Always kept that love for it.
It's all gravy. And some people say hip hop is dead or dying. I'm like, when? What?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, no.
Is it that way if you can't pluck money out of the shit? You think it's dead? Like, the shit is still people rapping all over the world. Like,
and rapping their ass.
People rapping in every corner of the world, man.
Yeah.
It's not dead because you can't pluck money out of it. It's still alive. It's still fun. It's still here for you to do and communicate and still be a part of something cool. And so I still dig it, you know what I mean?
And it's still relevant.
Yep.
You know what I mean? More relevant than it's ever been, really.
It's always going to be relevant because you're going to always have people who can't sing who want to be part of the music business and always want to get express themselves, what they supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so those people are usually gonna rap.
That's right.
Yep.
Josh is asking, I know Easy was friends with Axl Rose. Were you guys friends with any of the Guns N' Roses guys?
I wasn't, I didn't really know them dudes. I was, more cool with, yeah, I would say I'd be more cool with the Chili Peppers and Flea.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a cool dude right there.
I was more cool with them. I don't really know Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, some of them got down with some hip hop and shit.
They was always like supportive, and I like their songs too. They rock the shit out of.
Y'all never came across each other anywhere, yeah.
We had a show together. They performed after me, I think at Coachella or some shit like that.
Oh,
wasn't they on the song "Wicked"?
Chili Peppers.
Chili Peppers
in the video.
Oh, they was just in the video.
Yeah,
yeah, they wasn't on the song.
All right.
That was a dope move to put him in though.
Yeah, we had we had just came off the Lollapalooza tour. They was headlining.
Yeah, we were.
But when I did Wicked, Flea and Anthony would come out like early. It was still fucking daylight. They was coming out rocking on that song with me.
Yeah.
So when we were shooting the video, it's like, man, we're gonna tear up a fucking house down here. They got these abandoned houses we're gonna tear up. Y'all want to come down there and sledgehammer some of this shit? Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, come on.
Word up.
It's cool. That video was crazy.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was hype.
Marcus Ray Boy.
You fucking set a standard with that song, man, because that was super aggressive.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit.
Yeah,
I mean, it still smacks to this day. It's one of those longevity songs that, like, you hear that shit, it'll get you amped up.
Me and Dembrick just kind of did a remake to the Wicked.
Was that right?
I'm gonna play it for you.
Oh, that's dope.
Word up.
Yeah, that track is crazy.
Yeah.
I did it in Melbourne and Sydney.
No shit.
It's a rock.
Yeah, that shit is hard.
Our boy Dan Fernandez is saying the moment I knew my Yankees were going to lose was when Cube walked
Yes!
onto the field and started ripping "Bow Down."
Oh man, that was everything, G.
Yeah, that was so cool.
You started ripping them, and yeah, I think we had won at that moment.
Man, they called me a few days before, like, do you want to perform for the World Series? I'm like, Dodgers, Yankees? Are you crazy?
Oh my God!
And you know, I'm a Yankees fan, but I was like, yo, Ice Cube tore that shit up.
Yeah, you.
Everybody
killed that shit.
in like Ice Cube.
Yeah,
man, it was one of the coolest things I ever did. Just when that door opened, seeing all the people, man, it's going crazy. And they didn't really know until the music came on and we like got into it. Then I was looking towards the Yankees and shit, and I'm like, you know,
Yeah, that was.
you know, I'm a diss. You know what I'm saying? But then I start thinking, in the middle of doing this shit, I'm thinking, I hope this don't turn these boys on and shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope they don't.
See, you think well, you rap too. I'm glad. You know, I
hope this shit don't you know, go the other way. You know, I don't want to, you know, push too hard and shit.
Right.
because I don't want the Dodgers mad at me saying, man, turn these dudes on. Shit. But I kind of knew, you know, it was working because when I went over towards the dugout, the coach and shit was, you know, the skipper was, you know, going crazy. Dave was going crazy. And I'm like, oh shit, they hype. I'm like, they ready.
Oh man,
they ready. And after, you know, if Freddie Freeman doesn't hit that grand, you know, that walk off, I don't know if they in the frenzy like that. But
Yeah.
they was right.
Hey, it was the moment.
It was.
And everything just met in the right place.
Right.
And you stamped that shit. I mean, everybody knew that. I mean, when they tried to bring Joe out on the other end, that was ow. You know what I mean? Because they should have just left that alone. Because you fucking massacred that shit. And them trying to bring Joe to do that out was not, you know,
I think they probably needed somebody just, you know, in my era a little, like, you know, they needed LL, but I guess he a Mets guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, he
was the
Queens.
perfect dude, B. I know we have Fat Joe in the Bronx, DX.
And it makes sense because, you know,
makes sense.
I mean, you know, Fat Joe's my dude, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Did you meet the squad
Ice
though?
Cube.
It ain't easy to do some shit like that though.
Now you're adrenaline.
Let me ask you something. Did you have the headphones? How
Or the
did that
ear-
work? Yeah,
in-ears.
pieces. All right, because we was talking about.
Yeah, the in-ears. Like, if you're going to do
I
something.
had to. You have to if you go
that shit's
stadium.
too big, right?
Or it'll just echo all over the place.
Yeah.
All over the place.
You'll fall off the beat.
Yeah, and that's That's horrifying.
You know, it horrifies
That ever
me.
happened to you at a show or something?
I was doing a Raiders game with Too Short, and I couldn't really hear the first song that good. So, it was a little choppy. But then Blow the Whistle came on, and that shit rocked. And then by the time my song came back on, I could hear, because we did You Could Do It right after that. So it worked out, but I was still mad that, when we rehearsed, I couldn't hear it till.
Yeah, when you have those kind of moments, man.
Sound man.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing about it. You're about to look whack on TV. Lucky this wasn't on TV. It was just in the arena.
It was the part that's in the arena.
But
as long as that is that part that's the shit that don't go out, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, you about to look whack if you can't hear shit.
Did you at least get to meet the Dodgers?
Who?
Dodgers?
Like
the players?
Nah.
You didn't say what's up to Ohtani?
Nah, I didn't say, when they in something like that, I don't like to fuck with them. Like afterwards, we went to the parade, but I just went up to Dodger Stadium and redid the song again and shit. And, they in their moment and shit, and they like, they don't give a damn about meeting nobody right now. You know what I mean? They trying to win the championship. They got too many distractions and shit at that point. So I always leave players alone.
Yeah. Word up. Salute to the Dodgers. See if they get that second one this year.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
I mean, they're buying all the players in Japan. It looks like they're going to be winning, bro.
They're stacked right now.
Los Doyers.
All right.
All right, we get asked this question a lot. We just had Jay on yesterday from Ghost Adventures. And so Medicine in here is asking, has Ice Cube ever experienced anything paranormal?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hotels or venues.
The Anaconda said.
Just shit, flickering and moving, and
so you've seen
doors closing, and
yeah,
you think you see a motherfucker walk by, and you go get up and ain't nobody there when you go look, and you like, man, I swear. Or you feel somebody, come in the room and you look back and there's nobody. Or, you see somebody walk into, the pantry or whatever, and you start talking to them and shit, and it ain't nobody walked in the pantry.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Damn.
And, it's cool. Like, that kind of stuff, don't really do nothing.
Does it scare you?
Nah.
Yeah, you more embrace it.
I'm like, if you're not in physical form, you probably can't do nothing to nobody.
Right.
You can't do shit to nobody if you're not in physical form. So I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about if it's a real motherfucker in the pantry.
Right.
That's not the family. You know what I'm saying? That's
that?
A lot, a real, it's like Scooby-Doo. The monsters are real motherfuckers. When you pull off the mask, it's just a man or a woman, that's going to fuck you up. So I ain't worried about paranormal nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the key to it, is not to be afraid of it. And then it doesn't.
What's to be afraid of? What you think going to happen to you?
I think
what you saw in the movie?
Yeah, I think most people look at what, happens in movies, and it's not the same shit. You know what I mean?
If you're ever scared, always break down what you think is going to happen to you.
Right.
And the probability of that.
Yeah, you ain't got to be scared.
It ain't nothing to be scared of.
You just got to embrace it.
For real. Talk to it.
I mean, it's
unless
talk to it. It's cool.
Unless shit starts.
It's energy.
Yeah.
More than likely it's somebody you know.
Okay.
It's more than likely it's a family member trying to communicate with your ass.
Right.
Somebody you probably been thinking about that's now the only way they can show you that they are there is knock some shit down, or it's like
move something.
it's like that's the only physical thing they can do, or
Yeah.
flicker the lights or whatever.
And you gotta pay attention to these little
Yeah,
things.
you
'cause
gotta
it's like
you gotta be in tune with people that's on the other side.
I mean, bro, you know the difference between like, a grandma showing up and it's like a demon trying to haunt your house. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
two different things.
That's two different things, bro. Like
Two different energies.
Yeah,
for
two
sure.
different energies. I think you should have enough common sense to be like, you know what, this thing trying to throw shit at me.
This is
it's
not grandma.
cool. Yeah.
Right.
Well, any demons is already in your ass.
Yeah.
Right.
You just got to get them out you.
Yeah.
For real.
Or get them out of the house.
You know when you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know when you fucking up. You know when you're doing wrong.
When you're bringing that shit
okay,
in.
there you go. That's the demon you got to get out you.
Yeah.
Not no shit that's on the outside that's gonna come in. They already on the inside. You got to get them out you.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Exorcist.
That flush. All right.
Merciless is saying, or asking Ice Cube, what type of music did your parents listen to around the house when you were growing up?
Soul music. My brothers and sisters are older, so they listen to funk. So soul and funk. But it was all kind of shit. From Bee Gees, Elton John, and shit. Like Average White Band. Funkadelic, Parliament, Rick James. James Brown, Al Green. My grandpops listened to the blues. So that was the music. And then, the funk took over, disco.
Disco was crazy.
And then, here come rap.
Yeah.
Hip hop.
The Great Pretender saying, I remember Cube sinking threes back to back like nothing in the extras of the Up in Smoke Tour DVD.
You remember that, huh? Yeah, I retired.
Raining threes.
Yeah, I retired. No more threes for me.
Only big three.
Yeah, only big three. That's the only threes I'm worried about right now. Let the pros play.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fernando is saying, in 2018, my son's first concert, it was Mixmaster Mike, Everlast, WC, and Ice Cube up in Lake Tahoe. It was at the Hard Rock. He's saying, take your kids to concerts. Much respect to Cube.
Oh, yeah. Dope show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good show right now. If it was around.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good show right now. We always respected the live performance. We all had to join rap contests and shit to get on.
True that.
I remember joining this shit called the Best Rappers of the West contest. It was on K-Day. And you had to be able to entertain a crowd with the mic without a record, just being able to figure out what you got to do, say, perform, play to keep the crowd, from going boo, boo,
yeah,
boo. Get your ass out of here.
And you was mad young back then, like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like
having fun with it.
Yeah.
Even though we came in second because they fucked up our music, but
that's
another story.
It happens.
We was the best, but we came in second.
Jeff Rowan here saying my first rap concert was the Steady Mobbin' Tour. It was Ice Cube, Dell, Ghetto Boys, WC, Mad Circle, Naughty by Nature, and my first time seeing Cypress Hill, and the rest is history.
What a
damn!
What a
that's
lineup
great
that
bill.
was. God damn.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a great bill.
Yeah.
Wow. Shit. Can I get a ticket to that?
Yeah.
Fun times, That's when Dell's my cousin, so
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Being able to tour with him.
Hey, the album you guys did together, I Wish My Brother George is Here, is one of my favorite albums of all
Thank
time.
you, man. DJ Pooh production with that. Me and him produced that record. And we was just, as you could tell, big fans of Parliament and George Clinton. And then My cousin Dale's an amazing rapper and writer. You know, he was always next level with the pen.
Yeah, for sure.
And
still is.
Yeah. You know, he's always like he was always thinking next level. First one I saw into the anime shit, and just he wasn't. You know, he. It's a trip because I tried to make him like a superstar. You know what I mean? I want him to be like big as, you know, Tribe Called Quest or somebody. You know, I want him to blow. And he was like, I want to stay underground. I want to stay underground.
Some people choose the route.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like KRS-One could have been as like superstar like that, and he chose to like stay more underground.
Yeah. He wanted to be an underground artist.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, same here. He's still knocking it too.
Yeah.
And man, underground crowd is the best support, man. They,
Pretty much.
They got your back.
Yeah.
From day one.
Yeah.
You know?
All the way out.
Yeah, they get, you know, he got cult-like fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. He's done some really incredible records, and like his appearance on like the Gorillaz record, that Clint Eastwood song he did.
Yeah.
He killed that shit.
Yeah.
And that made him even more of a superstar. Like, and he's still known for being one of the most, you know, underground MCs.
Prolific,
dude.
Yeah, he's just a genius. You know?
Yes.
He's just one of them genius kind of dudes.
That's right. Salute to Del, man.
My stepson's in here, Marbell. He's asking, what was it like writing with MC Ren, and do y'all have any projects coming out?
It was great at the time because we all were like using each other to get better. And you know, if you listen to an NWA record, everybody's not on every record. So if you wasn't having no shit that was good enough, you was not getting on the record. So that pressure right there makes you step your game up. Cause you hear a beat, you want to be on it, you done wrote a rap, and the motherfucker tell you ain't good enough to be on the record.
Man.
You know, you just not coming with no bullshit. And then you got DOC over there who ain't playing.
Ooh.
He's fucking a problem with the pen.
Yeah.
You know, so if you don't write it, he'll write it. You know what I'm saying? So shit.
It was competitive.
Competitive as fuck. And you know, Easy had a hit or two. We had a hit or two, so we had to top it.
Keep that momentum popping.
Yeah, we had to top what we already had out there to keep like fanning them flames so it turned into a fucking, you know, brush fire.
Hell yeah.
Up is Down is asking, can you talk about your collaboration with Korn? Their cover of Wicked with Chino is still fire to this day.
I met Korn because of Jeff Quinance, who I started the Big Three with. He had a management entertainment company called The Firm, and Korn was one of his groups. And he and we just, you know, I heard their record and I was like, damn, they're using a lot of hip hop beats in with the you know, with the rock. And so it was interesting. So when I met him, we just clicked. Went up to the studio and met him, and we just started figuring out how to work together. And we ended up going on the Family Values tour. And
Crazy.
Yeah, Family Values tour together.
Yeah.
I mean, yo, like rock fans love Ice Cube. Like rock heads, like
Yeah.
something. It's like
I've been able to do festivals that, you know, sometimes I'm the only rapper on the festival because it's a rock festival.
And you still gonna rock them.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
One of the best things that we did that. I was on that Family Values tour with you and Korn and Rammstein and Biscuit and
Rammstein was a motherfucker.
Remember that?
They would put themselves on fire.
Yeah.
Dude, they had that whole. I keep telling you, they were the first. I mean, it was my first tour ever, but they had an entire dressing room for pyro. Remember, it just said pyro right on the fucking side of it.
We would go out and watch these dudes. They was from Germany, and they would put this gel all over their bodies. Lead singer. And he'd be up there singing the fucking song, and this shit is dripping, and he's fucking rocking out, and a motherfucker would come from behind and set his ass on fire.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was just on fire.
Yeah.
Singing.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, you know, it always felt like too long. It's like, this motherfucker gonna die tonight. You know what I'm saying? Tonight is the night.
Yeah.
But they would come put his ass out and walk him off to the side and shit.
Yep.
And then he would come back and shit, and like nothing ever happened. They would set this motherfucker on fire every night, man.
Yeah.
Their shows are crazy.
This shit was
Even his
like
hair?
bananas.
Yeah, everything, dude. He'd come like just totally
That
doused.
gel was protecting his ass.
Yeah, that gel, that's what it was for, but
But
you
still,
know what I
it's
mean?
crazy.
They do it in
Still
movies.
crazy.
They do it in movies, you know, but I never seen a person do that shit live and sing.
They got some
Same time.
wild visuals, man.
Yeah, man, it was next level. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I said, I'm never getting to this. You know, I'm never doing this.
Nah, dude. It was the way that tour went. It was like Orgy, Biscuit, you, Rammstein, then Korn, and then I DJ'd the sets in between. Like, it was just, dude, it was one of the best things.
Remember they had the fans and shit in a big ass cage behind them?
Yeah, the Korn cage.
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
Fans was behind the group on stage and shit, and these this big ass like tower, you know, and they would just stuff it full of like 80, 100 fans back there while they rocking.
Yep.
These kids is part of that shit.
Yeah, right there, the Korn cage.
Yeah, they would be rocking. That was a good ass idea. Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Fans
It's
love
not a
it.
bad idea though.
Yeah,
It's right.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, they're wild, man. Salute to Rammstein.
Yeah, but the Korn guys, they end up having, you know, one of my security, they end up taking him on the road and shit. And he stopped being my security because he was having too much fucking fun with Korn.
That happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Sleep.
Sleep, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Big sleep. Yeah, he's the homie.
Word up.
Yeah.
Sub in here saying, Ice Cube, me and my boys always argue about top 5 hip-hop albums of all time, but no matter what, Death Certificate is always on our list.
Hey, man, that was, you know, it's a record that was saying a lot of different things. It was, you know, a deep record. Had a lot of thought put into it on how to present it. And you know what really makes a record like that is, you know, all the skits in between that married the record together. You know, it's just not done to that level no more. But I think that's what really makes it next level, because the skits are just as good as the songs.
Yeah, the transition pieces
yeah.
make that, it's everything.
Yeah, you know, and it tells the story of what the record is.
Yeah.
And I think that's what make it next level. And you know, you got the production of Jinx on there. You got the production of Pooh.
Yeah.
The Boogeyman, you know, Bobcat. And you know, everybody is you know, like polished at their top, like, you know, level of understanding of what they need to do to make the music the shit. You know,
Yeah.
Like, everybody knew the assignment.
Yeah. They knew the role.
Yeah.
Seasoned.
Yeah, great album.
Word up.
RS in the chat is asking Ice Cube, what was your first car and what was the best car you've ever had?
My first car was a 1969 Battleship Gray VW Bug. I put Porsche nipples on it. You know what I mean? I had the dual carbs. Yup.
It was a fast one.
It was, you know, them fucking bugs.
They would get up.
It looked like they would get up.
If you had the dual carb, the dual Weber.
But mine, but mine was you know, it was a little higher in the back, a little lower in the front. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hey, people,
hot rod style.
This ain't.
Hey, like lowriders, people would fucking get into putting in, you know, customizing that bug like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because you know it's a cool, it's a inexpensive car.
Yeah,
but it's easy to make it look cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah,
Out
that
here-
I love my bug. Didn't have no AC in the shit.
Right.
And my gas gauge was broke. So I ran out of gas every now and then.
Yeah, I
not
remember
paying attention.
I remember in the 80s there was like fucking car clubs with just all bugs.
Yeah.
Yep, we was in one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I had
remember the-
one, couple of the homies, KD, my other homie Terry.
That's what's up.
Remember the game while you were driving, like on trips through the family, with Slug Bug? You would like hit your cousin or your sister, you know, like whenever you spotted a
Oh yeah, when
Volkswagen
you
on the road,
a car that
Slug
you
Bug.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Car that you like.
You know that flipped even. It turned into license plates, like if they were out of state license plate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would suck if it's like more of a common car. It's like for like every Toyota, you're getting socked all the way.
Yeah, for every fucking Volkswagen.
Yeah. Somebody
Bang.
getting knocked out, bro.
Oh man. All right.
All right, next in here, GDP Smoke is saying, salute to the doctor and welcome to the highest show to Ice Cube. And he's saying, hey, Cube, salute to you for putting lowriders in your videos. 1993, today was a good day. Emerald Green 64 made me fall in love with that car and the culture.
Man, you know, I mean, salute to everybody that kept lowriding alive before me. You know, it was, you know, seeing those cars as a youngster, you know, it wasn't nothing cooler on the road.
Yeah.
And so to be able to be old enough to drive one and you know, it was nothing better. And then we was doing music where we were introducing the West Coast culture to the world, or to hip hop, you know. And so we wanted to show everything that was cool about being on the West Coast. Like the real culture, you know, they think LA is a beach and blondes and the Beach Boys and surfing and shit. And you know, that wasn't the LA we knew every day. So I wanted to, you know, be able to show the culture. And, you know, it's great because, you know, it is our way to shine. You know, no matter what kind of house you may come out of,
yeah,
you can still shine. You know, first you start with your shoes, then you start with your bike, you know, then you start with your car, your motorcycle, whatever. You know, it's a way to express yourself and show that you got style, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, that you got style and flavor, and it's shown through the cars.
That's right.
We've had a lot of people in here saying your son was dope. It was dope seeing your son start doing movies and everything. And Buckman is saying Den of Thieves 2 is out now on Netflix. You must be a proud father.
Yeah, you know, I am. You're always proud when they do what they're supposed to do in real time.
Right.
Even if it's just dealing with a situation at home and they do what you would have did in real time.
Right.
That make you proud of your kids. You know, you stood up when you were supposed to. You did what you were supposed to do. So I'm very proud of him for doing what he was supposed to do to become a great actor. And then taking it personal to deliver a great performance. And then being able to turn it into a career and not just a moment.
Right.
Proud of him for all those moments where he stepped up in real time and did what he needed to do to get to the next level. So
putting in the work.
Putting in the work.
Yeah.
And executing at the time, you know, like you gotta perform at the moment of truth.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Don't come back. I shoulda, coulda, if I woulda, all that bullshit. You know, do it. You know what I'm saying? When it's time.
Yep.
In time. You know what I'm saying? Don't be late, nervous, scared, and don't blow it. You know what I'm saying? When you got it.
That's right.
You know.
Don't overthink it. Just do it.
Man.
Yeah, man.
When the ball is in the air, catch the bitch.
That's right.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop it, guys.
Don't drop it.
No
Catch
fumbles.
it. Yeah, catch it.
That's right.
You know, it's like so very proud of him, you know, but proud of all my kids because they step up in their own other ways. You know, he's one of them that's public, but, you know, all of them do what they supposed to do, and it's a good thing.
And congrats.
Thank you.
What's your favorite munchies when you're smoking?
Oh, shit. I don't really eat while I'm smoking. It's usually afterwards. You know, I like those fucking toffee peanuts. Like
toffee peanuts, huh?
Yeah, you know,
Right
the
on.
peanuts that fucking candy on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Damn, I could eat all them bitches, man.
I gotta tell you something I came across last week, and I'll say it real quick. There was these chocolate fucking Twinkies.
Oh, I bought
Damn.
You know, we grew up with the regular ass
Yeah.
Twinkies. I went into this shop. We were on the way to Vegas. Went into this gas station, and they had their selection. Boom, chocolate Twinkies. I was like, you motherfuckers, and they hit me at the right time because I was high as fuck. And I don't have a lot of sugary shit. I try to stay away from it, but that shit had me at hello. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, I don't have them. But, like, if there was one when I was high as fuck, yeah, I would have that.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Chocolate Twinkies.
Anything chocolate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, after you high, like.
Rocky Road. That's what I'm saying. That's the real go-to for me. But, like, if I had a chocolate Twinkie, all day. All right.
Man, I like fucking pistachio ice cream.
All right.
That's just fire.
We talked about that
Yeah.
the other day. We was like, yo, don't sleep.
Yeah, people sleep on it.
Pistachio.
People do sleep on it.
Hey, man.
But it is good.
Ben and Jerry used to have some shit. I don't even know if they got it no more called pistachio.
They do have it still.
Man, they need to send me some of that shit 'cause I can't find it. 'Cause God damn.
You hear that, Ben and Jerry's?
Lord.
You got to send that pistachio, B.
You know how I know they had it? Because I went into the Ben and Jerry's at the casino we stayed at for the bowling alley filming thing, and they had it right there. I was like, yo.
You should have brought me some.
Hey, next time you go, you know to bring the pint or the gallon. All right, how many more you got over there?
We're pretty much done.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you got another one?
I got another one
All right,
here.
go
I got
ahead.
Loved Him Kill Us saying, "Hey Cube, I was at the Phoenix show when you performed It's My Ego for the first time. It was dope." He's saying Lethal Injection is one of my favorite albums. Any stories from the making of that album?
Lethal Injection. Nothing really like crazy stands out. You know, it was one of those records where I was trying to really, not cover the same ground that I had been covering. So I was like really looking for new ways to speak about these topics and shit. I was able to do something cool with QD3, which is Quincy Jones' son, and we did Bop Gun, which is it's like a 12-minute rap version of One Nation Under a Groove, and replaying those it wasn't no samples, so we replayed everything, and George Clinton came in and sung on it, and I remember getting him to the studio and shit, and I took him to his hotel, and I was sitting out in the car, and I was sitting out there for like 2.5 hours. I'm like, this dude did not tell me what room he was in. I could not go knock on the door, nothing. I'm like, damn. And we ended up getting to the studio, and he called up, some of the brides of Funkenstein and all the singers he knew in L.A. that sung on the Parliament shit, and had them come up there and sing, get busy. And we made it long, Some people think it's too long, but I wanted to kind of pay homage to Parliament because they had 15 minutes.
Oh my God! Hell yeah, they did.
Yeah, just great.
Parliament is one of the concerts. I think I went there. I seen a concert back in the day. I swear to God, I was up there for 4 hours, like 4 hours.
Yeah, because
in
they
New
were
York. That was just
because one song could be
people was
50.
leaving.
Yeah,
and they were still rocking it 4 hours later.
Hey, George told me one time they was playing a song. He left off stage, went back to the hotel, got some shit, came back into the arena, and they was still playing that goddamn song. How long was you gone? He said about 35 minutes. Damn. That's crazy. They played the same song for 35 minutes.
Fucking extended play.
Yeah,
Bananas, that show.
Loop. Word up. What else you got, Bolton?
Hey, Yo was asking Ice Cube, what was it like working with John Carpenter?
It was great. John, is a master. He, I wanted to work with him because I was such a big fan of Halloween and The Thing, and the movies that he had done that were like next level, iconic, and so I was really interested in working with him. Real cool, him and his wife. At the time we did Ghost of Mars, they wasn't really giving him the budgets that he really deserved. So, I saw him working through that, which taught me a lot. And so, it was a great experience, working with him, just seeing how he got through things, and really respected him a lot.
Word up.
Mr. Kel's World is saying, just wanted to say hi to Ice Cube because when will I ever have the chance to say hello? Mad love to the table in the treehouse as always.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
She's all the way in Chicago.
It's a she.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We've had people in the chat asking, what's it like working with Kevin Hart?
It's great. Kevin is professional, smart, knows what he has to deliver, knows his audience, communicates with his audience, give them a real, inside, view of his life. So, I think he has been able to, take comedy to new heights when it comes to, what a comic can do and what a comic, can be. So I just think he is a smart dude that's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
He ain't afraid to extend, I'll say that.
No, it's all calculated too. He's not,
yeah,
he's a hard working man. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Like when you work hard, it's gonna show.
He's out there pressing his brand, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He works hard.
As he should. Word up. What you got anything else?
No. Should
All
be good.
right. Hey man, we want to thank all y'all for your comments and all that stuff. Most importantly, we want to thank my man Q for coming in and sitting with us.
Oh, this was cool.
Come on. Word up,
gotta
man.
do this again sometimes.
Hell yeah. Anytime you ready.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know there's more music coming, more shows coming, man. And I want to say thank you once again. And it's been an honor having you at the table with us, bro.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. Can't wait to come back. And keep doing what you're doing, man. You innovative, and you always moving forward. You know what I'm saying? You're not scared to go get it. And always respected that about you. You're always able to grind and really, gain a lot of ground and make moves. And when other people just sit and are dormant, you know what I'm saying? You're always on the move. You're always on the grind. Salute. I learned a lot from you. And so, let's keep teaching each other.
Yes, sir.
Keep showing each other what it should be.
Yes, sir.
And we keep upping our game.
That's right. I mean, you were a big inspiration to me always. Even in the crazy times, you were a big source of inspiration to me. Like it was like important to me to get to the level I saw you at. And, in terms of writing, in terms of delivering and executing and even like having, our own spot to be creative, because I saw you do that before many, like have your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been inspiring to me, man. And I learned a lot from you too, man. So yes, let's keep teaching each other and working together and getting muddy together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
Word up. You got any shout outs you want to give?
Definitely want to give a shout out to, everybody that's been down for, 40 years in the game. Everybody that support the Big Three, supported Man Down. We working on Man Up. And, anybody that's just been supporting movies, records, appreciate it. Thank you. And hey, if y'all ever around, y'all see some of that Friday Kush, give it a try.
That's right.
Give it a try.
C-.
Super shout out to you, Q. It's a pleasure having you on
Thank
the
you.
show and then reconnecting after the first Family Values tour, man. What a fucking blast that was. So,
Yeah, it was
respect.
crazy.
Shout out to everyone here at the table, BE Zone, of course, Psycho Les. Shout out to Dro and Javi, the Treehouse crew, Bolton, Dom, and Ray. Shout out to Aton and, of course, Strong Tone and Cali Blaze. You can follow me at C-Fan4 on all social media, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Have a great night. What up, Psycho Leezy?
Chilling, man. I want to say everybody out there, salute everybody on the chat just hanging out with us. Salute Ice Cube for coming through. Thank you for the album. Salute the Dr. Greenthumb squad. If you on the IG, make sure you follow me, Psycho Les Official. And if you're checking for the merch, go to the psycholesshop.com. It's Thursday. Get ready for the master mix after this. Don't go nowhere. Squeeze.
Yo, shout the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout to Ray Morning Shot Film. Shout to the Dominator. And what's up, E?
Salute to everybody at the table. Salute to you, Ice Cube, for coming by. Dope meeting you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And make sure you guys tune in from 7 to 9 to the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. We got Mellow Man Ace pulling up. Hopefully, he doesn't have to bust out the gas mask to, to withstand up there. So tune in for that. And flavorsbyezone.com or highandhungry.shop for all the new merch.
Get the album, Man Down.
Yeah.
Swallow that.